All right, I'm ready to go, bro. Uh, that's all you got? Don't be that first guy. Alright guys, so in today's video, I just want to cover some basic needs, I guess, for the ice fishing season. I know it's about midway through now, but yeah, even if you're, been ice fishing for all your life or just beginning, I just want to go over some necessities that I think will make ice fishing a lot easier and help you on your ice fishing journey and have some success on the ice. So let's get into it. Alright, so the first items I'm going to want to go over are some ice suits, or ice fishing suits, I guess. These are lifesavers. For years, I've fished without them. I just wore regular snow pants and a regular jacket, and I would freeze my butt off on the ice. But this year changed. One of my friends cut me a good deal on a striker ice suit, and I bought the Predator suit, and let me tell you, I've been able to fish anywhere between 20 to 30 degrees, and I'd be sweating my butt off. And I'd fish anywhere between 0 and 10 degrees, and I'd be perfectly fine. I mean, the wind still does its thing, but that's whatever. Another item are some good ice boots. These boots have ice cleats underneath them, and let me tell you, that ice out there can get slick sometimes, and the last thing you need is to be falling on the ice and ruining your day because, now your back hurts or your shoulder hurts, and now you're just done fishing. Another item are these ice picks. These will save you from the ice if you fall in. No ice is safe ice. Everybody prefaces that, but I just want to say it again because I fish on Bay of Green Bay, and that ice is always changing. There are always new cracks forming, so I like to keep a pair of ice picks on me at all times just in case, something happens and now I have to, fend for my life. So on to the next items. And for the next item, I don't have it with me, but it's going to be an ice shanty or a flip over shelter. On days where it's super cold and you just need to get inside somewhere and just, stay out of the wind or stay out of the cold weather, these will just be the best thing out there. Some people like to use pop-ups. I have a flip over. I mean, it's like 10 years old, but it gets the job done. You throw a heater in there and we're pretty warm. But yeah, it's basically a shelter out there that you can fish in, and you just stay in there and have, stare down in your hole basically. But it does its job and keeps you warm. I think this is one of the necessities because you just never know when the weather's going to change or when the temperature's going to drop. Or maybe if you want to night fish, you could just camp out there in your hub. So, all right, the next item on the list is going to be an ice auger. These have come a long way. When I first started ice fishing, my dad and I bought a gas auger. Well, we first bought handheld auger, and you had to crank that. But now we moved on to a gas auger, and now we're on a drill and an auger. This is the rig we used right here. It's got a rigid drill. It's got to be brushless and a hammer drill in order to get things, get through the ice pretty efficiently. And I believe we got a Strike Master auger on here. It's an 8-inch. Does perfect. A lot of people like to use 6 inches if they're pan fishing. I prefer an 8-inch because I do a lot of pan fishing, but I also do a lot of walleye fishing and white fishing. So with an 8-inch, it's very versatile. So that's what I like to use. So for our next item, I want to talk about electronics. And there's just so many out there right now. With the new advancements we've been making with forward-facing sonar, it's just given everybody such a huge advantage in the fishing world. And I know it hasn't been around for that long, but it is. I've used it, and let me tell you, it's sweet. It's like playing a video game. But unfortunately, I don't have one of those. I use good old-fashioned flasher. And let me tell you, this has been my bread and butter ever since I started. A lot of people, when they start out, they go, do I really need, an electronics to see my bait and everything? And the answer is yes. It makes your life so much easier out there. A lot of people that I see like sight fishing, but at the end of the day, when you want to fish deeper water, a flasher or even like a live scope will be the best thing for you. This unit right here that I have is a Humminbird Ice 55. I also have a Vexler FLX 28. That's my dad's that I use from time to time, but that has been my unit that I've used for years, and I've just gotten used to it, and I just love it. It's very simple to use. You turn it on, it has an auto range, and basically if any fish swims through while you're jigging, you can see your bait and you can see a fish come up, and you just play around and get it a bite, and that's where you're gonna have the most success. Now it's time to get into what makes ice fishing, rods and tackle. Here with me, I've got a light rod. It's made by Calling Monsters. It's a custom ice fishing rod company that my dad's friend started. His rods are great. I've got their light version. I believe it's a 32-inch, and when I'm pan fishing, it just feels everything. I also got with me a tuned up custom rod. I believe it's a Fusion. It's 32 inches also. I don't like fishing anything longer than that because in my preference, I'm a smaller guy, so I like to use ice fishing rods that aren't, feel too long in my hand. On this rod, I've got a 1000 size Maryville. This rod has caught anything from whitefish to walleye, even some burbot in its time. But this rod and reel are what, are my saviors out there. A light rod and kind of a medium, more stiff rod, so that if you find bigger fish, it's not too much of a hassle. I run 6-pound test on here. Some people like to use 4 or maybe 8, but I think 6 right in the middle really gets the job done. We got 2 other rods in my rod case, but those I could, mix up, mismatch. If I'm pan fishing, I have 2 pan fishing rods. If I'm fishing for walleyes, I have 2 walleye rods. I like to, keep some diversity because you just never know what bait fish might be biting on. I've got 3 tackle boxes here with me. I've got one for my jigging wraps / hyper rattles. Great baits for walleyes, kind of a cheat code sometimes. Sometimes those fish aren't really on spoons or anything else, and they just want a bait that's constantly moving. If you're river fishing, these are great because river fish are very active and they like to key on baits that are moving all the time. In this box, I've got spoons and other mismatching baits. Spoons are great for lakes when you have roaming fish that are just swimming through and they just want a quick bite, quick snack, and they see that flash and they just come in and pound on the spoons. And then I've got my little jig box. These are all ice fishing jigs. If you can see in here, I love the color gold. Gold is just such a great color. I don't really, experiment too much with panfish, but if I do go, I'm always having a gold jig on because for me personally, I don't really think it's about the jig head you're using, but it's all about the type of bait you have and the presentation. All right, so I don't believe these items are necessary, but these are just some items I carry with me on the ice. I've got a set of pliers. If you catch toothy fish, these will help you from getting cuts or any scratches on your hands, so you don't have to unhook the fish with your bare hands. You just grab pliers, grab the hook, and boom, it's out like that. I've got this right here. These are called ice anchors. When you're using a flip over or a pop-up shack, if it's very windy out, you could screw one of these in, or a couple of these in to your shack, and basically it helps so that it doesn't blow away, because I've seen some crazy clips of people chasing down their ice shacks because it's not screwed in and now it's blowing across the lake or the river. I like to have these on me. These are clam lure guards or hook guards. If you're using baits with multiple hooks or even trebles, you could just put one of these on your bait on your rod, and these will keep it from snagging in your bag or maybe snagging something else, and next thing you know, a hook is stuck somewhere it shouldn't be. And last but finally not least is toilet paper. So I carry that on me because I ain't got the greatest stomach, but you know, sometimes when a guy's got to go, he's got to go, or lady, and just having that out there with you, you know, and if you're on a good spot and don't want to move, you just drill a hole and you're good to go. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully the next video I post will be out on the ice, making an ice video. Thank you.